Bro, listen, Dallas, Texas, you can do all rapping by killing it and everything and this and that. When you selling that dope, feds coming. Them rappers, they watching them rappers. I think they round up everybody trying to get something to pin on them rappers.
Yo, what's good, fam? It's your boy back with another one. And listen, this story right here, this ain't your typical rap feud or hood conflict type. Nah, we're discussing the feds. The literal federal government monitoring a young brother's every step, constructing a case, and waiting for that precise opportunity to pounce. I'm referring to Zillioanire Doe, the Dallas rapper who transitioned from moving weight in South Dallas to securing a deal with Yoga CMG. But here's the wild part. The very success that elevated him to fame could be the exact thing that tears him down. The feds swept through his entire neighborhood, arrested his older brother, and rumors circulating suggest they're constructing a RICO case with Doe's name all over it. No cap, this is among the most intense situations unfolding in hip-hop at this moment, and most of y'all aren't even aware of the complete story. So, let me lay it out for you from the start. To comprehend how we arrived here, we need to rewind to where everything began: South Dallas, Texas. Now, if you're familiar with Dallas at all, you understand South Dallas is no playground. This is where Zillionaire Doe was born and came up, and from the jump, this man was meant for something extraordinary. But it wasn't music initially. Nah, Doe was a baller. I'm referring to a legitimate basketball talent with aspirations of reaching the league. Doe attended Skyline High School, and if you caught that Say Cheese interview he gave, he discusses how skilled he was on the hardwood, point guard orchestrating the plays, guiding his squad to their inaugural state appearance in the school's history during his sophomore season. The entire community believed this dude was destined for the NBA, for real. His coach was strict with unreal traditional discipline style, but Doe was grinding. He possessed the skills, he possessed the determination, and everyone surrounding him was convinced he was the next big thing. But here's where fate dealt him a harsh blow. When senior year rolled around, Doe had fallen out of love with basketball. His coach rode him too hard, telling him things like he's the type that keeps places like juvenile and jail in business forever. That devastated him. Gang, here's a young black youth with ambitions, and the one individual who's supposed to uplift him is breaking him down. So what went down? Doe abandoned basketball. No university interest, no athletic scholarship, nothing. And just like that, the hoop aspirations were finished. But here's what you need to know about Doe. He was already stacking paper before he even graduated. This dude was hustling since 13, 14 years old. We're talking gambling, flipping phones, moving product, whatever was necessary to accumulate that cash. In that Big Facts interview, Doe kept it authentic and revealed he's been a hustler his entire existence. Never clocked in at a regular job. Never had to. His mother was a hustler. His father was a hustler. His older brother was a hustler. This was embedded in his DNA. By graduation in 2019, Doe wasn't considering college or pursuing conventional employment. Nah, he was already entrenched in the streets, moving pounds, generating serious revenue. He mentions how he accumulated his first 10 grand from gambling while still in high school. And for him, that was merely the start. This wasn't some minor corner operation. Doe was genuinely immersed, absorbing knowledge from veterans, establishing connections, and advancing in the drug game. And here's the insane part: Doe never aspired to be a rapper. His entire family was involved in music. His pops launched Zillionaire Records back in the 90s. His older brother was in it, but Doe was concentrated on the money, the hustle, the street life. Music wasn't even a consideration. He'd been around recording studios his whole life, and it never resonated with him. He was too occupied securing the bag. So, how did Doe transition into rapping? Man, this narrative is crazy. It's 2022, and Doe is in LA conducting business. Tommy BFG Strap, rest in peace, was out there filming content and approached Doe. Doe was occupied, never appeared at the shoot, but they crossed paths at LAX airport. Strap looked at him and declared, "Bro, you need to start rapping. I'm going to connect you with my manager. You're going to explode." Doe dismissed it, responded, "Bet," but wasn't genuinely considering it seriously. 2 days afterward, Strap messaged him again, encouraging him to rap, insisting he was going to blow. And then fam, 2 days following that exchange, Strap passed just like that. Doe had known this man since he was 4 or 5 years old, and now he's departed. That impacted him differently. Doe interpreted it as divine intervention. He declared, "I'm pursuing this rap thing not solely for myself, but to establish a legacy, to share my narrative, to ensure all my homies who died young and forgotten get honored." So Doe began rapping in late 2022. He flew out his videographer from Detroit, secured the vehicles, purchased the outfits, and invested his own drug proceeds into his music venture. No record label, no endorsement, just pure grind. And the remarkable part, it succeeded. His third or fourth visual, D-Boy Dreams, started rotating in Dallas nightclubs. The streets supported it. By December 2023, he released Trap Star, and that's when CMG's A&R Dame contacted him. Now, here's where it intensifies, fam. Doe assumed the DM was fraudulent initially. He's posted in the trap with his crew, and CMG Dame is reaching out discussing how Yo Gotti wants to collaborate with him. Doe transmits him unreleased tracks to confirm it's legitimate. The following day, December 24th, Christmas Eve, Doe is at the shopping center getting gifts for his nieces and younger sisters. And Yo Gotti himself messages him reciting bars from the track Doe submitted. That's when Doe recognized it was official. Fast forward to January 21st, 2025. This is the day that transformed everything. CMG announces they've signed Zillionaire Doe. The entire hood emerged. Everyone sporting the metallic 5s before they even released, arriving in Lamborghinis, popping bottles of Ace of Spades outside the Blue store on Malcolm X. It was a celebration. Gang, South Dallas finally had an artist signed to a major label, and it felt like the whole city was victorious. But here's what nobody discusses. When Yo Gotti arrived in Dallas, when he showed up to the trap, when all those cameras and spotlight came to South Dallas, it elevated the temperature, genuine heat. The feds were already monitoring, but now they possessed a justification to act. Precisely 1 month afterward, February 25th, 2025, the feds descended on South Dallas with a comprehensive raid. Doe was at the recording studio that evening creating music. His girlfriend texted him, "Police at the entrance." He assumed it was a robbery initially, somebody attempting to execute a lick, but nah fam. It was the feds ATFD, the entire alphabet. They struck Doe's residence, his older brother JJ's residence, numerous locations in the neighborhood. They confiscated 14 firearms, exceeding a kilogram of meth, pills, marijuana, wax, hash, more than $40,000 in currency, 6 automobiles, jewelry, and even a Cayman alligator that they transported to the Dallas Zoo. The operation was designated Blue Laces, and it was targeting the 42 Oakland Street Gang, better recognized as Ferdous. 8 individuals got indicted, and Doe's older brother JJ was among them. They charged him with possession with intent to distribute, felon in possession of a firearm, and utilizing a communication facility to facilitate drug trafficking. The feds possessed phone documentation showing the entire operation, texts alerting each other about raids, dispatching young runners to search for missing product after raids, and resuming drug dealing the following day. Now, here's the genuine truth, and this is what y'all need to grasp. The feds don't simply raid a community and apprehend a few individuals without purpose. Nah, they're constructing a case. They're attempting to flip somebody. They apprehended 8 people, and you better believe they're applying pressure on every single one of them, attempting to secure somebody to cooperate, to inform, to surrender information. And who do you think they genuinely want? Zillionaire Doe. Consider it, fam. Doe just secured a deal with CMG. He's showcasing on Instagram with Louis Vuitton attire worth $45,000. He's purchasing vehicles, jewelry, performing shows, experiencing the lifestyle. But where did all that currency originate from? The feds understand his background. They understand he was moving weight. They understand he was deeply involved in the streets. And now they're attempting to prove that all this rap revenue is genuinely just drug proceeds being laundered through the music business. In that Say Cheese interview, Doe discussed how the raid damaged him psychologically. He stated, "I assumed everybody was celebrating for us. I assumed they were proud of what we were accomplishing. But when the news emerged, I witnessed people on blogs mocking, conducting interviews, joking about my lyrics." He felt betrayed, fam. 1 month following the biggest moment of his existence, signing to CMG, the feds confiscated everything: his vehicles, his jewelry, his currency. They raided both his residences and left him feeling crushed. But here's what's insane: Doe didn't get arrested. Not yet. And that's what makes this entire situation so tense. The feds captured his older brother, they captured his homies, but they haven't captured Doe, because they're still constructing the case. They're waiting. They're monitoring. They're attempting to connect all the pieces between the drug operation and Doe's music venture. And let's maintain authenticity. The timing of everything is suspicious as hell. Yo Gotti announces the signing in January. The feds raid in February. It's like they were anticipating the perfect moment to strike when the spotlight was most intense, when the maximum attention was on South Dallas. Some individuals in the streets even suggesting that the publicity from the CMG signing is what initiated the raid. The feds witnessed all that flexing, all that money being displayed, and declared, "Yeah, we need to investigate this." Now, I want y'all to comprehend something. This ain't solely about Zillionaire Doe. This is about a pattern we continuously witness in hip-hop. Young brothers emerge from the streets. They acquire money from hustling. They invest that money into their rap ventures. They explode in popularity, and then the feds come knocking. We've witnessed it with Bobby We've witnessed it with Take. We've witnessed it with numerous artists who couldn't separate their history from their present. The distinction with Doe is that he's attempting to execute it properly. In every interview, he discusses going legitimate, about being thankful for the opportunity, about not wanting to ruin this blessing. He stated, "I shattered the generational curse. My mother went to jail. My father went to jail. My older brother is in the feds right now. I finally received the opportunity, and I can't ruin it. That's genuine content, fam. He understands what's at risk. But here's the dilemma. The feds don't care about your redemption narrative. They don't care that you're attempting to go legitimate. If they can prove you acquired money illegally and utilized it to fund your music venture, that's money laundering. And money laundering is a federal offense that can secure you 20 years. The feds are patient. They'll monitor you for months, even years, constructing a case piece by piece until they possess everything they require to bring you down. And that's precisely what's occurring with Doe right now. They captured his older brother, facing serious time. They possess phone documentation, financial documentation, surveillance footage. They understand about the drug operation in South Dallas. Now they're simply attempting to connect Doe to it in a manner that'll hold up in court. And the optimal method to accomplish that: flip one of the 8 individuals they arrested. Secure somebody to testify that Doe was involved, that he was acquiring money from the drug trade, that he utilized that money to fund his visuals, his clothes, his lifestyle. So where does this position us currently? Zillionaire Doe is a free man. He's still creating music, still performing shows, still signed to CMG. His project Mr. 14 Months just released, and he's attempting to keep his career progressing forward. But make no mistake, fam, the feds are monitoring. Every action he executes, every dollar he expends, every post on Instagram is being observed. They're waiting for him to commit a mistake, to provide them the evidence they require. And here's the most frightening aspect: Doe might not even have to execute anything wrong. If one of those 8 individuals facing federal time decides to cooperate, if they inform the feds what they desire to hear, Doe could awaken tomorrow with agents at his entrance. That's how the feds function. They don't require you to commit a new offense. They simply require somebody to testify about the previous ones. This is the reality of being a street rapper in 2025. You can't simply rap about your history and assume there won't be consequences. The feds are listening to your music, interpreting your lyrics like confessions, utilizing your own words against you in court. And when you explode, when you secure that major label agreement, when you start showcasing that money, that's when they genuinely start paying attention. Zillionaire Doe is living proof that success in the rap industry doesn't mean you're protected from your history. He executed everything correctly. He invested in his music. He constructed a brand. He secured a deal with one of the largest labels in hip-hop. But none of that matters if the feds can prove that the foundation of his success was constructed on drug proceeds. And right now, that's precisely what they're attempting to accomplish. So the question is, can Doe legitimize his money before the feds indict him? Can he prove that his success is legitimate? That he's genuinely abandoned the streets? Or is it already too late? Is the case already constructed, simply waiting for the appropriate moment to execute? Only time will reveal, fam. But one thing's certain: the clock is ticking, and the feds don't play. They're patient, they're thorough, and they always capture their target. Zillionaire Doe better hope he covered all his foundations, because if he didn't, this rap aspiration could transform into a federal nightmare immediately. That's all I possess for y'all today. Drop a comment and let me know what y'all think. Is Doe going to defeat this case, or is he the next rapper to fall victim to the feds? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe out there, gang. Peace.